зовут Алекс, мы продолжаем проходить игру «Звездные войны. Рыцари Старой Республики», часть 2, Лорда Ситхов. Сейчас нам предстоит разговор с командой. Ну, накипело. Давно не разговаривали, плюс много новичков. Так что давайте начнем вот с Рогатого.
General, need something?
Че с тобой такое? Че ты светишься? В самом деле, ты не обязан называть меня генералом.
Sorry, guess I can't get my head out of the past.
Я хотел выяснить, чем ты занимался после войны.
I moved around for a couple years. Working as a starship mechanic got me from place to place. I wasn't ready to settle down after the war.
Во время моего изгнания со мной было тоже.
Then you understand my restlessness. Though the war had ended, I couldn't find peace in anything. As long as I kept moving, I didn't have to think about what happened. Know what I mean?
Слишком хорошо.
I'm sure you do. I decided I'd do something constructive. I wanted to make up for the things I'd done in the war. I wanted to design planetary shields, but there weren't many systems with the credits to spare. There was more that needed to be rebuilt and protected. I found out that Telos was going to be the flagship project for the Republic, and it sounded like something good. I saw Telos before the Sith raised it. He deserved a better fate. But Zerka ruined everything. I thought I could force Zerka out on my own, but I guess I can't fix everything myself.
Как хорошо, что ты снова рядом.
It's good to be working with you again, General. Something else I can help you with?
Кстати, где ты нашел этот зонд?
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off. Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
А что он делает, кроме того, что следует за тобой по пятам?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs. I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with? I didn't want to talk about the war, but can I ask you something?
Что это?
Why did you decide to fight?
Нужно было кому-то остановить Мандалориан.
I felt the same way. I remembered when word of the Mandalorian attacks arrived on Iridonia. My people had colonies across the Outer Rim. Many of them were among the first systems to fall.
Главное, что это решило побудить тебя присоединиться. Заговорился. Главное, что это побудило тебя присоединиться.
I did not join because I wanted to protect, though. I hated them. I wanted to destroy them. To give them the mercy they gave the people they conquered. I remember the thrill I felt when we fought them in battle. Victories were rare, but we celebrated every Mandalorian's death. Do you know how it felt?
Да, я тоже это почувствовал.
It's always on my mind now. That loss of control blinded me, turned me into a weapon. I just needed to get that off my chest. Was there something you wanted me for?
Как ты потеряла руку?
I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
Я говорил серьезно.
If you were me, you'd probably want to joke about it too. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky I didn't lose more. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
Так. Что ты думаешь о текущей ситуации на Телосе?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't see my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
И есть у тебя какие-нибудь щиты, которые я мог бы использовать?
Sure do, General. I've made a few while I wasn't working on the ship. Here you go. Just remember, the best shield is not getting shot at all. Something else I can help you with?
Что это ты делаешь?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Он что-то в разговорах вообще не плюсует.
Yes, General?
У меня есть все для светового меча.
Let me see what you have. No, just something...
Да, я так и подумал. Ну, надо было спросить. Чисто. Проверки ради. Где этот долбанный дроид? Не возражаешь, если я... Ну, короче, вы поняли. О, отлично. Так, отключись, пожалуйста, вернее, пару секунд, и готово. Готово. Как ощущение? Так, +1 к интеллекту. Ну, короче, остальные фразы можно не читать, потому что он одно и то же повторяет каждый раз. Как насчет очередного техобслуживания? Давай-ка я сниму переднюю панель и приступлю к работе. Давай-ка еще разок. Так, что-то у меня с ремонтом, значит, не канает. Надо подкачать. Ага. Что было написано? Не успел прочитать. Что-то так четко. Четко попал на кнопку ОК, что даже не успел прочитать. Блин, там про этот пазак. Как насчет сыграть в пазак по правилам Сената Республики?
Sounds good to me.
Играть в пазак, да. Я думал, это что-то другое.
Something up? All right, but I'm out of credits, so it's That's where we waste a lot of time trading cards and trying to beat each other. But in the end, nobody wins. Everybody loses, and nobody accomplishes anything. It's like stalemate, except the goal is to pass time until the audience gets bored and leaves.
Иди ты нахрен со своим пазаком. Я думал, что-то по делу. Ну, мало ли, может, это разговор о пазаке, это что-то наводящее. На самом деле он хочет о чем-то другом поговорить. Но оказалось, что нет. Именно о пазаке. Так, служанка. Займемся тобой.
Yes?
Что это ты делаешь?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
Ты всегда можешь заняться этим Саттаном.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
No, I do not trust him.
Карты?
That too.
Это будет короткое путешествие, если все начнут следить за тем, чтобы никто не предал друг друга.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Поэтому Атрис передала силу Академии Телос. Что значит?
The reasons for such siphoning of power are complicated, and I do not know all the answers. But there is something greater being achieved. The teachings at the Academy must be preserved, even if it draws strength from Telos.
Атрис думает, что Баудур — это ключ к спасению Телоса?
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Ichani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders, and like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
Ты никогда этого не поймешь, спрятавшись в Академии и слушая тех, кто никогда не сражался в войнах.
I see. Forgive my words. They were poorly chosen.
Не надо извиняться, это ведь было так давно.
It does not sound like it is in the past, but I shall respect your wishes.
Что, тоже никаких плюсов?
Yes?
Что за беда с вами?
You may ask.
Атрис никогда не упоминала обо мне.
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Она только дразнит вас. Я не такой плохой парень.
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts, and she told us why you fell to the dark side.
Я не полностью перешел на темную сторону. Пока что.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
Это не объясняет того, почему я перестал сражаться после мандалорианских войн.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them, because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Я не маршировал с Реваном, потому что это был мой выбор.
So it was a matter of choice then. If Atris has erred in her evaluation of your motivations, it might be best to inform her.
Атрис сказала что-нибудь еще?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Выражение чувств?
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Как ты думаешь, о чем говорит сердце, Атрис?
Without having seen you in Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Если бы я сражался с Атрис, то это могло бы заставить выйти правду. Господи, кто эти предложения переводил?
In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression. You may have.
Почему ты не похожа на своих сестер?
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company of others.
Так у вас разные матери, но один отец?
I do not wish to discuss it. If there is something else you wish to ask, you may do so.
Извини, я не хотел тебя обидеть.
There is no need to apologize. You were merely remarking on something that you saw. There is no wrong in that.
Это трудная тема.
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and I, and such trust takes time. You may...
А у тебя есть имя?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Ichani do.
Ну и как тебя зовут?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
Ты должна также и себя ценить.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
В твоих словах что-то есть. Это твое суждение обо мне?
If reasons of the self is why you turned away, then yes, perhaps there was a judgment there. But it was not intended as an attack.
Ты думаешь, что я потерял себя, когда ослушался джедаев?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself. You may ask.
Почему вас называют служительницами?
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the handmaidens.
Ты последняя из них?
I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Твое мастерство впечатляет, так же, как и твоя отдача тренировкам.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
Что ты хочешь сказать?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
Битва — это не самое главное в учениях джедаев. Я думаю, что это самое последнее.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Давайте согласимся, что ли, с ней? Я согласен. Это показывает, как далеко ты готов зайти в своих целях.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Taris was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
И что, по-твоему, говорил Реван?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
Реван и Малак были переманены на темную сторону.
But to say that seems an untruth, based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not? If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true. You may have.
Я хотел спросить тебя про адрес.
She speaks of you often in anger, but her movements, the motion of her hand, her eyes, do not share the anger of her words. They are only the signs of loss. It has been almost the count of 10 years, yet the thought of you burns within her still.
Она рассказывала мне о своих переживаниях.
I believe that your leaving the Jedi Order may have hurt her more than she will ever admit. It is a difficult thing to speak of, to see Atris unable to confront such strong emotion within herself. You did not care for her, did you? Atris is beautiful and wise.
Если бы она рассказывала мне, что она чувствует, возможно, все было бы по-другому.
I have heard that Jedi sometimes renounce the code by loving another and fall from the Order, and there are others who keep such unions secret.
Иногда, да, это случается.
That is what I have heard. I was not sure if it was something you had seen or experienced.
Думаю, что всех джедаев можно иногда соблазнить.
I see. I have asked you many questions. I did not mean to. They are questions that have gathered over years, and I did not wish to ask Atris.
Если у тебя есть еще вопросы, можешь смело их задавать.
Thank you, then. I hope this creates some measure of trust between us.
Это так, я благодарю тебя. Я хотел спросить тебя еще кое о чем.
You may ask.
Честно говоря, по-моему, все.
I have felt it too, my lord. A disturbance in the Force. It was difficult to make out, my lord. At first it was such a quiet thing. I did not notice it, but now I wonder if it has always been there. I merely could not hear it before. The sound built so slowly, yet when you listen for it, you can make out the strains, even over the background life of the universe. Do you feel it is a... You are the darkness in which all life dies, my lord. All life exists to feed your power, and my life is yours. I beg you, please. Let me die. Yes, this disturbance echoes through the Force. I can follow it to its source and bring it to you. I will leave at once, my lord.
Так, ладно, со служанкой вроде мы поговорили. Давайте скорее пойдем потрындим немножко. Чутка.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Так головой ударилась старая. Я вроде как сказал, что я ей не доверяю. А ты сказал, не, она говорит правду. Когда я сказал, давай ее отсюда к чертовой матери, ты сказал, я устала, пойду отдохну. Какой вариант выбрать? Давайте средний. Ровно столько, сколько нужно, и только те, кто пожертвует собой для меня.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
Почему ты думаешь, что они повинуются мне?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
То, что они подчиняются мне, огорчает тебя?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
Заметно, что их поведение меняется, особенно Аттона.
The fool dances in your shadow for your favor. The woman, she worships you. The alien obeys you. Even within the machines, there are echoes. Watch them carefully. See their patterns and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
Это правда, я подумаю об этом.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
Что ты хочешь сказать?
A discussion, perhaps, for another time.
Да твою ж мать. Вот всегда на обламывает, да? Распалит, скажем так, интерес, а потом нет, влияния недостаточно. Абонент не отвечает или временно недоступен. Я хотел бы узнать о тебе больше и о Силе.
Very well.
О формах силы расскажешь что-нибудь?
Very well. Of which did you wish instruction?
Давай о фокусировке силы расскажи.
It allows you to recover your strength with the Force more quickly, and it lends strength to your Force powers. It has no other drawbacks. Such a form is a gift, preferred at the Jedi consulars, and effective in combats where you must fight only through the Force.
И все?
Very well. The Jedi practice many forms, many styles. You may have already felt, others may come.
Так, ну это мы тоже уже спрашивали.
It is simple. It has no other others. The knowledge. I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond, it seems that at times of stress,
А во время битвы как?
when
Там тоже
battle
же
is
было, да?
upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. Ask.
Мне кажется, что тебе не очень-то нравится служительница. Почему?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
Мы можем выкинуть ее на следующей планете.
No, she may have her uses. I will abide her presence, and so should you.
И почему же?
Because Atris is a threat. And as much as she would try to use us against you, so may we use her servants against her. Do not see every enemy as an enemy. See them instead as an ally, whether they realize it or not. This situation may yet work to our advantage.
Точно, нам нужен каждый доступный инструмент на случай, если Атрис что-нибудь задумала.
Good. That is the most to be done until events unfold, as I'm sure they will in time. Ask.
Что случилось с твоими глазами?
There is nothing wrong with my sight, if that is your question. I see all that I need, though the seeing of things flesh and blood has failed me some time ago. They were distractions only.
Должен быть способ увеличить твое зрение.
There is nothing wrong with my eyes. They simply have atrophied from use. They are adequate to distinguish shapes, silhouettes. If need be, I could heal them, restore my sight. But sight can prove a distraction. When one relies on sight to perceive the world, it is like trying to stare at the galaxy through a crack in the door. But that is a lesson for another time. You must learn to see crude matter for what it is, before the veil is lifted. Ask.
Вы хорошо знали Атрис?
I know her as much as I know any Jedi. If you...
Да что тебе. Что-то
Yes.
все никак.
Ask.
И сейчас не хочешь.
I know her as... Ask.
Я хочу спросить о том, как Ревану удалось собрать такие мощные силы против Республики.
A discussion, perhaps.
Блин, как же ты достал, но ничего говорить не хочет.
А
ты знаешь Ревана?
I misspoke before.
Да, конечно. И это ты
Ask.
тоже не скажешь. Если совет изгоняет вас, как могут Атрис и магистры не заметить вас?
Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
Точно?
Do not let them discover what makes you what you are before you do, or the consequences for the galaxy will be terrible.
А что?
Because you learned to live without the Force, and that is something that the galaxy is not ready to accept. Ask. Nothing more than we all... There is...
Блин, ну ничего из нее не вытянешь. Это нет. Это мы уже спрашивали.
Of course it... Ask.
Повторный вопрос вызовет опять этот ролик, где ее там мудохает Сион. Так что без толку спрашивать. Твои глаза. Так, хорошо. Да. Столько вопросов, и нужно поднимать
Yes.
отношения с ней.
Very well.
Чтобы все секреты знать, как говорится. Но это очень трудно. Ну как, относительно трудно. Ладно, давайте, короче, сейчас быстренько метнемся на этот... как он там называется, забыл. Телос. Сразу, короче, давайте перенесемся сюда, поговорим с лейтенантом и отправимся на Наршада.
So you've returned.
И все? Вы не арестуете меня?
While I was disturbed that you chose to defy our orders and obtain transport off Citadel Station, the matter has since been closed. It was the decision of Republic authorities that your testimony would no longer be necessary, and thus you'd be allowed to go. But as we discovered, you had already left. In some ways, it was lucky for us, avoiding a possibly embarrassing situation.
Зачем Республике вот так резко менять свои взгляды?
Why does the Republic do anything? The head doesn't know what the feet are doing. The hands don't even know they've got fingers, let alone where they are. My opinion They probably performed their independent investigation and figured it wasn't your fault. Anyways, you should just be glad I decided to overlook the fact you escaped arrest.
Вам и вправду лучше заботиться о безопасности. Надо лучше, вернее, заботиться о безопасности.
Yeah. And if there's nothing else, I've got a job to do. What is it?
Так, я убил сбежавших преступников.
I see. And where and when did you kill them?
Я преследовал их, давайте так прочитаем, в зоне восстановления, где они работали охранниками Черка. И убил их.
I see. Well, you certainly earned the bounty on those two dangerous criminals. Here it is. I think you'll find the amount more than adequate. The TSF once again thanks you for your cooperation.
Да, говно вопрос. Так, ну и все, можно возвращаться. Кстати говоря, я по ходу дела там сейчас встретил группу НК-47. Что-то я такого точно не помню. Они на меня напали сразу, я их убил и нашел еще одну деталь от НК. Может, сейчас удастся его восстановить. Короче, будет видно. Но в любом случае, сначала давайте долетим до Наршада. Все равно потом придется из корабля выходить. Я как раз там и поговорю с дроидом с этим. Короче, запчасти в него вставлю.
Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
Что за Налхата?
It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Bayodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Ты говоришь, как будто бывал уже здесь.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
Что за сектор беженцев?
Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy.
Значит, на Нар-Шадdaa полно бывших солдат?
Yeah. Some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers. So others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy.
А сколько сложно будет найти здесь джедая?
It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa. Finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
Ладно, хватит трепать языком. Тогда давайте на посадку.
I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
Нехилое у них тут сборище, да? Обмен, я так понимаю.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more.
Мой будущий раб.
Because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Bomabe want to susinto karata. To estrictonatada bear mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra.
Panisukakran, Jogramata, Storchban Locha. Joanna Masaranka ma Ramazurata. Keso Juskrita Lorsa. Yumacha Fueko Mikojira.
Loka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Du rantamana sobu. Febko emareyam gawata situ insula raka rakachata. Tamaso kinchuda wanka. Mopiguna wana si chokoratawa.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The Hupo Botenyo go Jucho Picha, Gwentaba ni Sochu, Norotoga Proto Lala Shishi, Juadosa Jibacha, Ratak Mansan, Dokosha na Chitola, Joanna Masaranka ma Ramazurita, Keso Juskrita Lorsa, Yumacha Fueko Mikojira. Kawanabota Atagwa Kankadiwa. Yutaka Alwanji Yumaliba. Tues Mahawika Si Wawanta Mo Guika Wansoba. Wakama Nurawa.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honto Nosaka. Jita Bedwana Maticha. Tono Tucha. Tocha Ramakaka Musurankana. Honto Nosaka. Jita Bedwana Maticha. Si Machadana, Dona Висорча Магаран.
Уже и тьму пронюхали. Быстрые. Как это? Информация быстро разлетается.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
Какие-то проблемы со стыковочными службами?
No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of.
Все будет в порядке на этой стыковочной площадке?
Sure. Most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think.
Тогда давайте двигаться.
All right then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. Whatever we do, I say we get the Hawk's ID signature changed while we're here. Might keep us from being a target when we enter a new system.
It is not your choice, Adon. It is his. What is it you wish to do?
Я не прочь достать новое оборудование.
There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile.
Ну и если этот короче, не знаю, джедай, в общем, здесь, я хочу его найти.
Finding a Jedi or anyone else touched by the Force here will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible.
Я хочу побольше узнать об этих охотниках на джедаев.
Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the Exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the Exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
This bounty poses a threat to him. We do not need two beasts at our back when the Sith are enough.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Угу. Ну тогда посмотрим, куда нас заведет.
All right, if you have any
Кривая
questions,
дорожка.
just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad!
Блин, и почему эти мухи с еврейским говором всегда? Расу с намеком придумывали. Какие проблемы?
The problem is, you are on my landing pad. I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it?
Убирайся с моей дороги, или они никогда не найдут твое тело.
Well, don't let me hold you up then. You call the shots. But this is gonna be trouble. I can feel it.
Ну здесь нет варианта, если прибудут твои друзья, так называемые, посылай их ко мне, я разберусь. Ну или как-то так. Ну ладно, все, не дали нам вставить детали в эту НК-47. На обратном пути зайдем там, вставим. Сейчас у нас другие дела. Их я взял не просто так. Будет возможность сейчас плюсануть разок-другой. А потом нужно будет еще дроида взять. Тоже плюсануть разок-другой. Ну, наконец-то прибыли на Наршада. Здесь будет, по-моему, самое долгое наше приключение. Не считая Андорона. Надеюсь, вам интересно было посмотреть эту серию. Подписывайтесь на канал, если не подписаны. Ставьте лайки, комментируйте. Заходите, вступайте в группу ВКонтакте. Ссылка на канале. Все, спасибо за внимание. Пока.